After talking about the primary lymphoid organs or the central lymphoid organs that are the bone marrow and the thymus, where production and maturation of lymphocytes occur, today we're going to talk about the secondary lymphoid organs, the secondary or the peripheral lymphoid organs. Once lymphocytes are produced and then they are matured in the bone marrow and the thymus, they are going to leave the primary lymphoid organs to blood, lymph, and to lymphoid organs, and mainly to the secondary lymphoid organs. The secondary lymphoid organs, as we've said before, are of two types: the lymph nodes and the spleen. First of all, the lymph nodes are bean-shaped structure. They have the shape of a bean, and they are so small in size. They are located at point of convergence in the lymphatic system. That's to say, this is a lymph node. It has a bean-shaped structure. It is a point of convergence, so that this is a lymphatic vessel. The lymph in the lymphatic vessel is going to get drained into the lymph nodes. So it's a point of convergence because many lymphatic vessels are connected into it. And then lymph is going to circulate within the lymph node and then leave it. So it's a point of convergence. But now, what is the importance of lymph nodes? Lymph nodes are the site of responses against antigens drained by lymph. That's to say, it provides extra surveillance for the lymphatic system. So that lymph, which is made up of plasma and antigens, non-self antigens such as bacteria, viruses, and free white blood cells that are drained from tissues, they are going to move throughout the lymphatic system, and they are going to pass through a lymph node, by which within this lymph node there is accumulation of lymphocytes. A lymph node is a place where lymphocytes accumulate. Within a lymph node, there are B lymphocytes, TC lymphocytes, as well as helper T cells. And we might see there also APCs or antigen presenting cells. So in the lymph nodes, both B and T cells are localized to fight a non-self. It is a point where lymph is going to get extra surveillance. It is a site of responses against any antigens drained by this lymphatic vessel. And remember that the lymphatic vessels, they drain the fluids from tissues. They carry the pathogens, the antigens bearing cells from infected tissues to the lymph nodes. The free antigens simply diffuse from the extracellular fluid to the lymph. So this lymph is constituted from the extracellular fluid or the interstitial fluid between cells, as we've said before. So this is the lymphatic system, and these are the lymph nodes, the bean-shaped structures that are located as clusters in the body. They are found in the face, in the neck, armpit, in the chest, abdomen, and in the groins. Look at the neck. They are present in the neck and in the face. So this lymph node provides extra surveillance for the lymph. It's a secondary lymphoid organ where lymphocytes are accumulated, where they are present. يعني they are like مركز تجمع للبي وللتي lymphocytes. So that lymph, upon passing through the lymph node, كأنه عم يمرق على حاجز من الجنود اللي هن lymphocytes الموجودين هونيك. They are going to fight any antigen that might be present in the lymph, providing extra surveillance, رقابة كتير عالية. ومثل ما عم بتشوفوا بكتابنا مشبهين لنا الليمف نودز والليمفاتيك سيستم like string along with beads، يعني كأنه مسبحة في عند الخيط اللي هو الليمفاتيك فاسل. هيدا الخيط رح يمرق كأن through البيد اللي هي الليمف نود اللي مشبهينها لخرازات المسبحة. Now the spleen. What is a spleen? As you can see, lymph nodes موجودة all over the body، بالوجه، بالneck، بالabdomen، بالchest cavity. So they are found along the lymphatic system. On the contrary, there is another secondary lymphoid organ, which is the spleen. This spleen is also a secondary lymphoid organ. وبس نقول secondary lymphoid organ يعني مركز تجمع للبي lymphocytes والتي lymphocytes, cytotoxic والتي helper. This spleen is بدنا نجي نحكي عن where it is present. It is a single organ and it is localized بالupper left side من الابdomen just behind the stomach، يعني موجودة بالabdominal cavity بجسمنا، بالabdominal cavity، موجودة بالupper left side من our abdominal cavity just behind the stomach. It is a fist-sized organ، يعني قد السايز تبعها قد قبضة ايدنا. طيب بشو هي حتشبه الليمف نودز؟ First of all تشبه الليمف نود انه هي مركز تجمع للبي lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. So within the spleen رح يكون في عندي انا a large number of B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes من T helper cytotoxic T cells. But why it is considered also a secondary lymphoid organ? مثل ما lymph nodes, they are going to provide extra surveillance for the lymph, and all the drained lymph is going to like ينعمل له أو يصير فيه immune responses لأي antigen موجود فيه، لأنه عم نمرقه لهيدا الليمف throughout the lymph nodes. ذات الشيء السبلين بس للliquid الثاني الموجود بجسمنا اللي هو البلد. So that blood, which is also the very important connective tissue and the primary liquid إذا بدي أجي أنا أحكي، أو the primary fluid اللي بيمشي بجسمنا واللي بيمشي throughout our body، واللي كمان ممكن يكون فيه free antigens و pathogens و non-self molecules. So نحن هذا البلود we are going to allow it to pass through the spleen in order to provide it with extra surveillance, in order to fight any antigen that might be present there. So الرول تبعه للسبلين انه it is the site of reactions against any non-self antigen carried via bloodstream. So lymphocytes also, they will enter to the spleen and leave it through the blood. And this is a a summary for the lymphatic system. So the lymphoid organs are the bone marrow and the bones, the thymus. The bone marrow and the thymus are the primary lymphoid organs responsible for production and maturation. And then we have the spleen and the lymph nodes. Spleen for extra surveillance for blood, and the lymph nodes for extra surveillance for the lymphatic system. So lymphocytes circulate. In brief, lymphocytes circulate through blood, through lymph, between secondary lymphoid organs to provide permanent surveillance for the entire body. Notice that the lymph nodes are interconnected by a system of lymphatic vessels, as we can see here. They drain the extracellular fluid from tissues to provide extra surveillance for tissues through lymph and allow them to pass through the lymph nodes. واللي بدي إياكم تعرفوا إنه this lymphatic system, it is going to empty its content back to blood through the thoracic duct, through a vein called subclavian vein. And this is the lymphatic system. These are the lymph nodes, and these are, the lymphatic vessels interconnected with the lymph nodes. All lymph nodes are interconnected, but then they are going to join the blood through the thoracic duct, entrance of thoracic duct.